Welcome to Fun Food Stories. Easter is all about love, family, and of course, amazing food. Whether you're hosting a grand feast or having an intimate gathering, these high-protein recipes will leave your guests raving about your cooking skills. From juicy chicken to smoky grilled shrimp, we're making every dish unforgettable. So grab your apron and let's start cooking. But first, if you love high-protein, easy-to-follow recipes, make sure to subscribe to Fun Food Stories and hit that notification bell. And don't forget to like and share this video with friends and family because no one should miss out on these delicious dishes. Let's start with our first dish, a honey mustard glazed chicken that's sweet, savory, and incredibly juicy. You'll need 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, 3 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon of whole grain mustard, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Start by preheating your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. In a bowl, whisk together honey, Dijon mustard, whole grain mustard, olive oil, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Place the chicken breasts in a baking dish and brush the glaze over them generously. Bake for 25 to 30 minutes until the chicken is golden brown and reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 75 degrees Celsius. As the chicken bakes, your kitchen will fill with the rich aroma of sweet honey caramelizing with tangy mustard. When you cut into the tender meat, the glaze glistens, and every bite bursts with juicy, mouth-watering goodness. Are you a fan of classic honey mustard, or do you like a spicy kick? Let me know in the comments. Now for the second dish, a Parmesan and spinach stuffed chicken breast that's bursting with creamy, cheesy goodness. You'll need 4 large chicken breasts, 2 cups of fresh spinach, half a cup of ricotta cheese, a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. Slice each chicken breast lengthwise to create a pocket. In a bowl, mix the spinach, ricotta, Parmesan, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Stuff each chicken breast with the mixture and secure with toothpicks. Heat olive oil in a pan and sear the chicken for 3 minutes per side, then transfer to the oven and bake for 15 minutes. As you cut into the chicken, the warm, creamy filling oozes out, blending perfectly with the tender meat. The nutty Parmesan and rich ricotta create the most decadent bite, while the fresh spinach adds a subtle earthiness. If you love cheesy, stuffed chicken, give this video a thumbs up. Next up, herb-crusted beef tenderloin that's tender, juicy, and packed with flavor. You'll need 2 pounds of beef tenderloin, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 cloves of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of fresh thyme, 1 tablespoon of fresh rosemary, 1 teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of black pepper. Preheat your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius. Rub the beef with olive oil, garlic, thyme, rosemary, salt, and pepper. Heat a skillet over high heat and sear the beef for 2 minutes per side. Transfer to the oven and roast for 20 minutes until the internal temperature reaches 130 degrees Fahrenheit or 54 degrees Celsius for medium rare. Let it rest for 10 minutes before slicing. The crust is beautifully golden, the inside is melt-in-your-mouth tender, and every bite is packed with deep, savory flavor. This pairs beautifully with creamy mashed potatoes or a light arugula salad with a lemon vinaigrette. For a lighter but equally protein-packed dish, let's make a high-protein quinoa and chickpea salad. You'll need 1 cup of cooked quinoa, 1 can of drained chickpeas, half a cup of half cherry tomatoes, a 1/4 cup of crumbled feta cheese, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, half a teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. In a large bowl, mix quinoa, chickpeas, cherry tomatoes, and feta cheese. Drizzle with olive oil and lemon juice, then season with salt and pepper. Toss everything together, and you have a refreshing, protein-packed salad that pairs beautifully with any Easter dish. If you're meal prepping, this salad stays fresh for up to 4 days in the fridge. Now let's add some seafood with garlic butter shrimp skewers that are smoky, buttery, and incredibly easy to make. You'll need 1 pound of peeled and deveined shrimp, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 3 cloves of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, and wooden skewers soaked in water. Preheat your grill to medium heat. In a bowl, mix butter, garlic, paprika, salt, and pepper. Thread the shrimp onto skewers, then brush with the butter mixture. Grill for 2 to 3 minutes per side until pink and slightly charred. The shrimp are smoky, buttery, and simply irresistible. Serve them with a refreshing cucumber yogurt dip or a simple quinoa salad to balance the smoky flavors. Let's keep the Easter feast going with another show-stopping dish. Our 6th recipe is balsamic glazed lamb chops, a tender, juicy, and flavor-packed dish that will impress even the pickiest eaters. Lamb is naturally rich in protein, and with the right marinade, it becomes incredibly juicy and aromatic. You'll need 8 lamb chops, 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of honey, 3 cloves of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, 1 teaspoon of fresh rosemary, 1 teaspoon of fresh thyme, half a teaspoon of salt, and a quarter teaspoon of black pepper. In a bowl, whisk together balsamic vinegar, olive oil, honey, garlic, Dijon mustard, rosemary, thyme, salt, and pepper. This marinade is the perfect balance of tangy, sweet, and herby flavors that soak into the lamb, making every bite incredibly tender. Place the lamb chops in a dish and pour the marinade over them, making sure they're fully coated. Let them marinate for at least 30 minutes, but for the most intense flavor, let them sit overnight. When you're ready to cook, heat a large skillet over medium-high heat. Sear the lamb chops for 3 to 4 minutes per side until beautifully caramelized and cooked to your desired doneness. If you prefer them medium rare, aim for an internal temperature of 130 degrees Fahrenheit or 54 degrees Celsius. As they cook, the balsamic glaze thickens, creating a rich, glossy coating over the lamb. The aroma of garlic, rosemary, and balsamic vinegar fills your kitchen, making it nearly impossible to wait. Once done, let them rest for 5 minutes before serving. These lamb chops pair perfectly with roasted asparagus, garlic mashed potatoes, or a simple Greek salad. The sweet, tangy glaze complements the rich meat, making each bite an explosion of flavor. What's your favorite way to enjoy lamb? Do you like it grilled, roasted, or pan-seared? Let me know in the comments below. Let's move on to the 7th dish, creamy spinach and feta stuffed turkey meatballs. These little bites of heaven are packed with lean protein, filled with a rich, creamy center, and baked to perfection. If you love juicy, flavor-packed meatballs with a surprise inside, you're going to want to make these for Easter dinner. You'll need 1 pound of ground turkey, 1 cup of finely chopped fresh spinach, half a cup of crumbled feta cheese, 1 egg, a quarter cup of almond flour or breadcrumbs, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Start by preheating your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. In a large bowl, combine the ground turkey, almond flour, egg, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and black pepper. Mix everything together until well combined, but don't overmix. This keeps the meatballs tender and juicy. Now, take a small amount of the turkey mixture and flatten it in your hand. Place a small amount of crumbled feta and chopped spinach in the center, then gently fold the meat around the filling, rolling it into a ball. Repeat until all the meatballs are formed. Heat a large skillet over medium heat and add olive oil. Sear the meatballs for 2 to 3 minutes per side until golden brown, then transfer them to a baking dish. Bake in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes, or until they reach an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 75 degrees Celsius. When you take them out of the oven, they'll be beautifully golden on the outside, and as you cut into them, the creamy feta and spinach filling will ooze out, blending perfectly with the juicy turkey. These meatballs pair wonderfully with a refreshing tzatziki sauce, a lemony quinoa salad, or roasted vegetables. Moving on to the 8th dish, herb-crusted cod with lemon butter sauce. This dish is light yet packed with protein, flaky, tender, and bursting with fresh, zesty flavors. If you're looking for an elegant yet effortless seafood dish to impress your Easter guests, this is the one. You'll need 4 cod fillets, 1 cup of almond flour or panko breadcrumbs, 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of melted butter and 1 beaten egg. For the lemon butter sauce, you'll need 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, the juice of 1 lemon, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and 1 clove of minced garlic. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. In a shallow bowl, mix the almond flour, parsley, oregano, garlic powder, salt, and black pepper. Dip each cod fillet into the beaten egg, then coat it in the herb mixture, pressing gently so the crust sticks. Heat a large oven-safe skillet over medium heat and add the melted butter. Sear the cod fillets for 2 to 3 minutes per side until golden brown, then transfer the skillet to the oven. Bake for 8 to 10 minutes, or until the fish flakes easily with a fork. While the fish bakes, make the lemon butter sauce. In a small saucepan over low heat, melt the butter and stir in the minced garlic. Let it cook for 30 seconds, then add the lemon juice and Dijon mustard. Stir until smooth and remove from heat. Once the cod is done, drizzle it with the warm lemon butter sauce and get ready for a burst of flavor. The crispy herb crust adds the perfect crunch, while the buttery, zesty sauce enhances the delicate, flaky fish. This pairs beautifully with roasted asparagus, garlic sautéed spinach, or a quinoa and arugula salad. If you're a seafood lover, this dish is a must-try. Would you serve this with mashed potatoes or a light salad? Let me know in the comments. The 9th dish is cheesy baked eggplant and turkey casserole. This dish is hearty, packed with protein, and layered with rich flavors from lean ground turkey, roasted eggplant, and a bubbling, golden cheese topping. If you love a comforting yet high-protein meal, this will be your new Easter favorite. You'll need 1 large eggplant, sliced into rounds, 1 pound of ground turkey, 1 can or 14 ounces of crushed tomatoes, 1 finely chopped small onion, 2 cloves of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of dried basil, half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese, half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and 1 beaten egg. Start by preheating your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. Arrange the eggplant slices on a baking sheet, drizzle with olive oil, and roast for 15 minutes until soft and slightly golden. This step removes bitterness and ensures a silky texture. While the eggplant roasts, heat a large skillet over medium heat and add a bit of olive oil. Sauté the chopped onion and minced garlic until fragrant, about 2 minutes. Add the ground turkey, breaking it apart as it cooks, and season with oregano, basil, salt, and black pepper. Once the turkey is fully cooked, stir in the crushed tomatoes and let everything simmer for 5 minutes. Now it's time to layer the casserole. In a baking dish, spread a thin layer of the turkey sauce at the bottom, followed by a layer of roasted eggplant slices. Repeat the layers until everything is used up. In a small bowl, mix the beaten egg with the mozzarella and Parmesan cheese. This will create the most delicious, bubbly crust. Spread the cheese mixture evenly over the top of the casserole. Bake for 25 minutes, or until the cheese is melted, golden brown and slightly crispy. The aroma of roasted eggplant, rich tomato sauce, and gooey, melted cheese will make your kitchen smell absolutely irresistible. Once baked, let it rest for 5 minutes before slicing into it. Every bite is packed with layers of smoky eggplant, savory turkey, and creamy, cheesy goodness. This pairs perfectly with a fresh green salad or a side of garlic bread. Now let's finish strong with the 10th and final dish, lemon and rosemary grilled chicken thighs that are smoky, herby, and incredibly flavorful. You'll need 6 boneless, skinless chicken thighs, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of fresh rosemary, 3 cloves of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of black pepper. In a bowl, mix olive oil, lemon juice, rosemary, garlic, salt, and pepper. Add the chicken thighs and let them marinate for at least 30 minutes. For even juicier chicken, let them soak overnight. Trust me, the flavors will be incredible. Heat your grill to medium-high heat and grill the chicken for 6 to 7 minutes per side until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 75 degrees Celsius. As you hear the sizzle and smell the smoky aroma, you'll know you're in for something special. Would you serve this with roasted potatoes or a fresh salad? Tell me your perfect pairing in the comments. And there you have it, 10 incredible high-protein Easter dinner recipes that will wow your guests. From juicy chicken to tender lamb, crispy seafood to comforting casseroles, this menu has something for everyone. Which recipe are you most excited to try? Let me know in the comments below. If you recreate any of these dishes, tag me. I'd love to see your Easter dinner creations. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to fun food stories like this video and share it with someone who needs delicious Easter dinner inspiration. I hope your Easter is filled with joy, laughter, and of course, amazing food. Happy cooking, and I'll see you in the next video.